All right, gamers, get ready because today we are diving deep, and I mean deep, into the long-awaited Western release of Throne and Liberty.
Yeah, it's finally happening.
It feels like we've been waiting forever. We've been digging through a mountain of articles all about the differences from the Korean launch, and let me tell you, it's not just a simple copy and paste.
Not at all. There are actually some really significant changes this time around.
Changes that, from what I'm reading, seem to be directly influenced by, get this, actual player feedback.
It's honestly refreshing to see a developer actually listen to its player base, especially in the MMO world.
For real, they could have just phoned it in, but it seems like they're really trying to stick the landing with this Western release.
It really does.
So for our listeners who maybe haven't been glued to every single announcement, let's break down the biggest changes. First up, skill specialization. Now, in the Korean
That
version,
was a big one.
players are kind of stuck with limited build options.
Yeah, you didn't have a ton of flexibility. You picked your class,
Yeah.
and that was pretty much your lot in life.
But now, with skill specialization coming to the Western release.
Game changer.
Yeah.
This is huge for build diversity. We're talking about being able to really tailor your character's abilities to your playstyle. Want to be a mage who's all about summoning fiery death from the sky.
Raining down meteors. Love it.
Or maybe you prefer a more strategic approach, controlling the battlefield with crowd control spells, buffs, debuffs, the works. Two totally different playstyles, but you can do it all with the same base class.
So what I'm hearing is I can actually experiment with different builds, find what works best for me,
Exactly.
without having to start a whole new character from scratch every time I want to try something different.
It seems to be the case, yeah. They're giving players a lot more freedom to experiment and refine their playstyles.
That is massive. And you know what else is massive? The Amitoy expeditions. All right, this one threw me for a loop at first. Amitoy! Sounds like something I ordered at a fancy coffee shop. But then I read the details.
And
It-
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually a really clever system. So picture this.
Yeah.
You're out there in the world, battling monsters, exploring dungeons, the usual MMO stuff. But you also have these companion characters, your Amitoy. You can send them off on their own little missions.
So they're like mini-me's out there grinding while I'm grinding. In a way, yeah. They gain experience, bring back resources, all while you're busy doing your own thing.
It's like having your own personal squad working for you, even when you're not logged in. I love it. And let's not forget about the guilds. They've been completely revamped too, right?
Absolutely. And it's not just cosmetic either. They've added a ton of new features, like guild progression systems, cooperative tasks, exclusive rewards, the works. It seems like they're really trying to foster a strong sense of community.
Which, let's be honest, a lot of MMOs struggle with. But it sounds like Throne and Liberty is making it a priority.
Big time. They know that a thriving community can make or break an MMO.
100%. Okay, before we move on to the Gates of Infinity, which that name alone.
We should probably touch on the more laid-back editions, for when you're not out there conquering dungeons and dominating leaderboards.
Yes. Fishing.
Fishing.
Cooking.
Exactly. It seems like they really took the feedback from Korean players about wanting more to do outside of combat to heart. Now, you can chill by a lake, catch some rare fish, cook up a feast for your guild. It adds a whole other dimension to the game.
It's a nice change of pace. Not everyone wants to be in the thick of battle 24/7.
Exactly. Sometimes you just want to relax and catch a giant mythical catfish.
Exactly.
Okay, now, the moment you've all been waiting for, Gates of Infinity.
There you go.
These are not your grandma's dungeons.
Nope. These are massive cooperative challenges designed to test your skills, your teamwork, your sanity. And if you're the competitive type, get ready because they've got leaderboards, rankings, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, yeah. If you're all about seeing your name at the top, you're going to love these.
So, to sum up, for all you gamers out there, Throne and Liberty is coming in hot with a Western release that's not afraid to shake things up. They heard the feedback, they made the changes, and they're making a serious play for a spot among the greats.
For sure. But the big question is, will it be enough?
Right. Will it live up to the hype? Will these changes be as impactful as they sound? Only time will tell.
And of course, there's the age-old question of server stability at launch.
Always a nail-biter.
You know it.
But here's something else to think about, and they didn't mention this in any of the articles, but
No.
with all this talk about community, about guilds, about these massive Gates of Infinity, I have to wonder, will we see events on a scale we've never seen before? I'm talking massive, player-driven wars, huge battles with hundreds, maybe even thousands of players clashing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the stories, the rivalries, the sheer epicness of it all. Now, that is something I'm very, very excited to see play out.
Me too.
All right, folks, on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to all the articles we discussed. Until next time,
Happy gaming.
happy game.